What up? I'm Josh Paulson, and welcome to Your Story Now. So, the other two techniques that we looked at were about having things put into a different time period and also looking at the cliffhangers. So you can take that and you can apply that to the different events, and you can apply it to the overall story, and you can consider the past. Those are kind of more general and obvious at this point. In fact, a lot of these different brainstorming techniques you kind of draw out from how we talked about developing a story anyway. For example, we have the data assessment backstory DAB method, which leads us naturally to figuring out how did things start, the beginning technique. We are looking into, well, who does our character need to be for the story? And in some cases, it's just who we want them to be. Maybe it doesn't really matter from our perspective. They can be whoever we want them to be. But knowing our vision for the story is really where it all comes from. I want people to see how strong anxiety can be. Okay, well, we end up having it affect the character where they end up feeling horrible about themselves, and they realize how strong their anxiety is, they become confident, and we end up seeing that they grow and their anxiety controls them. It ends up like causing problems and then ends up moving them forward. So here, how do we show that this problem is affecting them negatively? Well, Dragon notices Blank's anxiety, so then it could be, and of course it depends on how dragons work in the world, but in our world the dragon lets the rider know something horrible needs to happen here. Something really bad. Something that shows that all of this was happening. And so then you can go back to your brainstorming pieces. Well, okay, I want to start with our brainstorming piece being something horrible happening. Or what if we wanted to tie it into the emotion? What if we wanted to say anxiety? And then we can go, okay, well, let's start from there again. And yes, we have it over here. We can write it over here again. That's not against the rules. And we can go, what would create that? What would inspire that? Or what would inspire feeling like a failure again? How do we keep drawing out from this? In some cases, you will have an idea of the natural flow of your story, but in other cases, brainstorming is going to be the way to help you move from A to B to C, from 1 to 1-1 to 1-2 to 1-3, and help you develop out your story into its fullness. So use these brainstorming techniques with purpose. Look at your goal in your story, and then you'll know, okay, I need to use the opposite technique, and that can help you come up with a villain. Okay, well, I really need to combine things, and so if you want to have fantasy world combined with your theme, that's one way to do it. Okay, I really want to make sure that the character has more than just existing. So then you could use the adjective technique and start combining adjectives with your main character to develop them out. These are all different ways to develop out your story. Use them at your discretion as they help you progress in development and develop the story that matches your vision.